Hey y'all, this is Jessica. I just wanted to give a quick update on my surrogacy journey and to share with you my surrogacy, wow, that's a tongue twister, planner. I won this, and I will add the link of the Facebook page for this planner. I believe that the group is called Big Hearts Little Beats, and actually there was a raffle giveaway. I guess you wouldn't really call it a raffle. It was kind of like a giveaway. You just had to sign up and get so many different points and all this. But anyways, I was able to win, and I've already filled out a little bit of my surrogacy planner. It's a really really good. I really like it. The only issue I've had so far is not realizing that things like highlighters would bleed through the page. So there is some bleeding through, but that's okay. It's not that bad. So anyways, the planner starts out with just like your information, important information. You can put your intended parents' name. This book is also made for intended parents, so they can put their name. The clinic's name, the agency's name. If you go through an agency, we're not. We're going independent. Your psychologist's name and phone number, attorneys and all that, which both IPs and surrogate need to have their own attorney. And then it goes on to write how your journey began. I wrote, which really didn't take up that much space, this much of how it began, just kind of a summary, and date it when I started that. And then I've been adding on that when my IPs had their visit with the new clinic, I added on that we're planning to meet. And by the way, me and my IPs will be meeting in person today. They're actually on their way now to my home. That is 2 pages, so I figured that I could just keep adding to it little things that I think is important for the beginning of my very first journey. There is the process, the surrogacy process, and it's kind of in a circle. I believe this is more for the IPs than it is for surrogates, but just tells you how, sort of in what order. The only, I think, legal representative, I believe that's like when you're putting in your pre-birth order, but you have that at the very beginning as well. So it's not just right there. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Mommy's talking about her book. It has research. I did write down as far as the clinic we're using, and of course I'm the surrogate. But other than that, I haven't wrote anything else on that. For the my search results, just because those are mostly IP things. Then it goes on to have questions to ask your IPs, and questions to ask your potential surrogate. So I just went through and filled in the questions that my IPs asked me, or, well, I filled in these questions the way my IPs had asked me them. So these are kind of like their questions, my answers. And then I went and filled in the questions I had asked my IPs. We had already done this when we first communicated through Facebook Messenger when we first got together. And so most of these answers I already had, except for the only answer that I believe I did not already have, like I didn't ask them, was what kind of restrictions / requests do you have in mind for me as your surrogate? So I went ahead and asked my IM that question, and the only thing that they ask is no smoking, no drinking, and I don't do either one of those, so that's fine. The next thing is matching process takeaways, and I'm going to add, you can see these little stickers, I believe they're on the front as well. These I bought separate. These did not come with the book. These I bought separate, and I will share who I got those from in just a minute, but I bought those separate. I think that maybe when you order this book through Big Hearts Little Beats, you can get stickers, but I'm not sure. I haven't really researched that. Like I said, I won this, so I did not get stickers with it. But okay, back to what I was talking about. It goes on for matching takeaways. I did write in that when I first decided to become a surrogate, I was talking to a potential match in a different state because of the way you have to take time off for different things. My husband's going to have to be with me as far as the psychological screening and things like that. We can't really change his schedule for like weeks at a time. His weeks that he gets off are already set at the very beginning of the year, and we really can't change them. So we had decided to try and wait for someone closer, so that on those things he would only have to take a day off or 2 days off instead of a whole week and traveling and things like that. And of course, when we do get to the part of transfer, he wants to be there with me. So I did put that in here as well, just as a reminder to me, and then wrote in, of course, that ended, and that I began to talk to my new IPs. There's 2 pages for the matching process takeaway, and then there's the initial doctor's visit and to-dos. I have nothing in there because I have not actually seen the RE yet, or any of the doctor's psychologists or anything like that. It also has a place for the psych visit, and then a place for your med protocol. And then we get to, if I can get the pages to turn, the transfer. You get to write down, put in a picture of the embryo or embryos, who the embryologist is, and different things like that, and then your emotions that day. There is a place for the parents to put their expenses. So this book works just as well for IPs as it does for surrogates. And then, of course, notes. And I haven't written anything in my notes yet. I'm going to save that for as I'm actually in the process, medication, things like that, to have a place just to write down little things and do the same way I'm doing the front of the book, where I'm putting the date and writing down the different steps there. I'm going to do that in the notes. That's my plan. And then we have our calendar. It has all the days together. And, of course, I've already got written down in this. I actually write down my work schedule because I'm going to be having to switch that around a good bit throughout this, so I did write that down. I did write down that I have to go to my doctor next week just to test my thyroid again, because I do have hypothyroidism, but it's not really that bad. It's a very small right now, which is really good, and the doctors every doctor I've seen has said that's fine. The only thing they will have to do is when I do get pregnant, I may have to up my medication for that, which is totally fine. Right now I'm on the very lowest dose that you can take. So, and I wrote down, of course, meeting my IPs today. So this is our first month. This is not my first month in this journey, but this is our first month actually doing stuff. So that's pretty exciting. Each month has its separated days, so you can write down different stuff in there, whether it be medication. Of course, I have my little stickers that I meet my IPs, and I did put meeting. You can't read it, but it says intended parent match meeting and home visit. They're coming to my home, so I thought I'd put both of those there. And that goes all the way to the end. You have a good bit of months there, all the way. And each month, let me add, you can write down monthly reflections. So I thought that was pretty cool. At the very end, it has, well, I missed that, didn't I? Bear with me, please. At the very end is the birth. When you get to the end, you can put a birth picture or whatever. I'm not sure how I know each journey is different, and some may not want you to take pictures of their child. Some may want a picture with you and their child. And you can write the baby's name, weight, and things like that. Keep it for you, give it to your IPs later on so they can read how you felt through the process, whatever. I know each person is different. I'm not sure if an IP really wants to know all the different emotions that you have to go through to get their baby, but I guess, like I said, each person's different, and it has spaces for you to write. I guess you could write your birth story right there. And then it gives you, oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. It gives you common terminology, which is pretty cool. And that is the Surrogacy Planner. And these are my stickers, if you can't see them. All the shots and the different doctor's appointments, meeting the IPs, home visits. And I did, let me see if I can get this open. I ordered extra shot stickers because I know I'm going to need them. So that is, and this is from this very crafty mama. I can add a link for her as well. because these are pretty cool stickers, and she has a lot of other different things. So, like I said somewhere in this video, my IPs are on their way to my house for our first face-to-face meeting, and I will do a separate post later on how that goes. So y'all have a blessed day.